Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. Scattered strong to severe thunderstorms and heavy rainfall continues across the mid-Atlantic. Heavy rainfall, flooding, and severe winds are the primary threats of the area. Heat will continue over the southwest. Extreme heat warnings will remain in effect for some parts. Fire weather concerns continue around Four Corners. Closer to home, isolated thunderstorm coverage continues into tomorrow with the highest chance for rain located in the mountains. High temperatures will run about 5 to 10 degrees above normal through tomorrow, with afternoon highs near 100 degrees. An increase in thunderstorm coverage is expected this weekend as moisture and upper-level support improves. More widespread thunderstorm activity with the potential for heavy rainfall is expected next week. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information for Thursday, July 10th. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. Highway 70, Highway 380, Highway 54, Owen Road, Nike Avenue, and War Highway are scheduled to remain open all day.
Victims include an adult male, approximately 40 to 50 years old, that we're still identifying, a 7-year-old male child, a 4-year-old female child.
Destructive flash flooding tore through Ruidoso on Tuesday. Yesterday, we got a good look at it. The historic flooding caused the Rio Ruidoso to rise 20 feet, which is 5 feet higher than the record that was set in 2024, just last year. A man and 2 children died in the flooding. Dozens of others had to be rescued from the floodwaters, which swept houses and trees away and left many areas of the village, including Upper Canyon, Brady Canyon, and the nearby Ruidoso Downs racetrack damaged. The flash flooding occurred when a heavy monsoonal rain fell on the 2024 South Fork and Salt Fire burn scars. The village was also hit by severe flooding following those fires around this time last year. Well, there's not going to be any more horse racing this year at Ruidoso Downs after floodwaters ravaged the racetrack for a second year in a row.
I do not know what the future is. As you can imagine, emotions are raw after all the work and planning that went into that, and now for it to be destroyed. So there'll be more determinations made on that later.
Ruidoso Mayor Lynn Crawford speaking at a press conference yesterday. You know, it's really hard to stomach and fathom the fact that Ruidoso was struck yet again. A Fort Bliss soldier and his family were caught in the flash flooding at a recreational vehicle campground near Ruidoso. 2 of their children, aged 7 and 4, were found dead by local emergency responders amid search and rescue operations. The soldier and his spouse were seriously injured. They're being treated for their injuries at a hospital, and of course the identity of the family involved has not been released. Due to the catastrophic flooding in Ruidoso, Animal Village NM's Christmas in July auction has been postponed as they focus on helping those in urgent need. Animal Village NM is shifting efforts to provide emergency assistance to those who need it. Donations of pet food, pet supplies, and support for spay-neuter surgeries are deeply appreciated. You can make a life-saving difference today by giving securely. All you do is visit the website, animalvillagenm.org. Alamogordo Public Schools presents the Back-to-School Block Party happening Friday, July 25th from 4 until 7 at 805 East 12th. The event is free. Tularosa Schools presents the Trio Future Fest. All schools and community are welcome to this event on August 1st, 4 to 8 at the Tularosa High School parking lot. Come party with Trio at the Back-to-School Future Fest. You can explore potential colleges, careers, and resources to help you excel. Well, today is Thursday. It's time for a Thursday Thought from my good friend, Pastor Lauren Noble.
Good morning, Crazy Radio. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday Thought. Hey, you know, it saddens me to hear of the floods that have been in Texas recent and the lives lost. And now there was one in Ruidoso a couple days ago, and I think there was a couple lives lost in that. And it saddens me to hear some things like that. And it also saddens me that some people like ones I was talking to recent think that it's some kind of a government conspiracy to kill off the people, and they think it's manufactured weather and all of that. And I just look at it and think, well, I'm pretty sure that they had floods long before modern science and long before airplanes. And I just, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's just, sorry to say it, but not. It's a sense of paranoia to think that the government is trying to kill off our people and, you know, doesn't care about lives lost and manufactures this weather. It blows my mind. And I feel for the people that lost loved ones in this, you know, in Texas and now, and I think I've seen somewhere there were 3 people dead in Ruidoso, but I just pray for them and their families as they go through this. And try to rebuild again. And that's going to be a task in and of itself. And it seems, especially in Ruidoso, that they've been hit the last few years with either a forest fire or a flash flood. And it's like they have to be thinking, let me up, I've had enough. And we do pray for them and hope that they can rebuild and that they can get through all of this. And I want to say a prayer for them and for the people in Texas, because I'm sure they got a lot of rebuilding to do as well. And they need the support from us, both in prayers and if we can financially or whatever we can do to help them. Let me say a prayer for them, Lord. I do pray for the flooding in the recent days here in Texas last week, where they wiped out a kids' camp and other people were lost in that flood, and some are still missing. And Father, I do pray for the situation in Ruidoso, because that hits a little closer to home for me, and they do, have gotten a lot recently and having to try to rebuild through all of this, and they have to be thinking, let me up, I've had enough. And Father, I do pray for them, and I pray that the communities will come beside them the best that they can and to help each other out and to remember that we're all on the same team. It's all called humanity. And just help us to be more compassionate to them and to help in any way we can and to saddle up and ride along with them. Amen. Until we meet up again, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the big LES news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
What happens when the marriage of an innocent ingenue gets thwarted by the no-good Schnickel Fritz grub? Well, you can only imagine. The Cloudcroft Light Opera Company presents Those Wedding Bells Shall Not Ring Out. Witness the ceremony at the Cloudcroft Pavilion, 7:30 p.m., June 27 and 28, July 4th, 5th, 6th, 11th, and 12th. Free admission. Donations taken for youth scholarships. Those Wedding Bells Shall Not Ring Out, in cooperation with Pioneer Drama Company and Tim Kelly.
The Las Cruces Police Department investigated what appeared to be a murder-suicide on Tuesday in Sonoma Ranch. Police responded to the report of 2 gunshot victims inside a home. They found Raymond Gonzalez, 69, and Michelle Gonzalez, 57, deceased in the home, both with gunshot wounds. The final determination of the cause of their death will be made by the New Mexico Medical Investigator's Office. A man who admitted to murdering another man outside of a homeless shelter last year is going to spend less than 10 years behind bars. In February 2024, Jose Garcia leapt out of a wheelchair just outside the Hope Village in northwest Albuquerque and beat Mark Levine. Levine was on life support for 2 weeks before he died from his injuries. Garcia pled guilty to a single count of second-degree murder and was only sentenced to 8.5 years behind bars. 28-year-old Emily Portillo of Las Cruces was sentenced to 7 years in prison yesterday after pleading guilty to killing a bicyclist with her car. Portillo struck 47-year-old Roy Parra with her car while he was riding his bike back in 2024. Portillo originally entered a not guilty plea back in 2024. However, she changed her plea to guilty after prosecutors dismissed a speeding charge as part of the agreement. Portillo was also originally charged with aggravated DWI and reckless driving. Emergency responders rushed Parra to the hospital with what they called at the time non-life-threatening injuries, yet he succumbed to those injuries and died a couple of days later. Albuquerque police say they've charged the driver of a city bus with an open count of murder after a deadly stabbing near the bus yesterday morning. The bus driver and a passenger got into an argument, apparently. This happened around 6:30 in the morning. Officers responded to reports of a bus driver stabbing a man outside the bus. Paramedics took the man to the hospital. He succumbed to his injuries. Now, there's been talk about having the National Guard in the area, riding buses, trying to keep things safe. That was not the case here. Albuquerque Police Chief Harold Medina had these comments about the National Guard not being on board.
We are working towards that and hopefully in the near future. But once again, the primary focus is going to be on a lot of our buses on Central Avenue, where we have the most issues.
Police detained the bus driver for questioning. The Bernalillo County District Attorney's Office announced their plans to charge a 12-year-old with murder for the death of a Sandia National Labs engineer. Prosecutors say he was in the car at just 11 years of age at the time, armed with a gun, as a group of preteens struck and killed Scott Habermill. Habermill was simply riding his bike to work. The child is also a suspect in multiple commercial burglaries around the Albuquerque metro. Some allegedly happened when he was just 10 years old. The New Mexico Public Defender's Office shared a statement saying he is literally a boy who was barely 10 years old when he was first out on the streets alone. According to the office, he has an extended family who tried very hard to find him and save him from getting swept up into trouble. Let's talk about something a little more positive. A new study by the University of New Mexico suggests certain types of gossiping with your coworkers may actually be a good thing. Andrea Hetrick is an associate professor of management at UNM. She spoke with KOB.
Gossip for a long time has been labeled as harmful or unprofessional. However, it's a natural way in which humans can communicate and share information.
So what exactly is positive gossip?
We found that positive types of gossip led to team members less likely to engage in slacking off behaviors within groups, and that led to increased levels of team performance. Positive types of gossip involve maybe recognizing contributions, giving praise, or defending someone's reputation.
And what's negative gossip?
Whereas more negative types of gossip talk about how someone might have done something harmful within a group or focusing on more critical types of evaluation.
Hetrick and her team followed more than 60 work groups over 4 months and observed how different types of gossip affected the idea of social loafing, or not doing your part in a group project. Hetrick suggests managers should stop trying to eliminate gossip at work and set a more positive example for their workers. She added that the group saw the best results when positive gossip had substance to it, not just generic compliments you may receive every day. The research also showed negative gossip had neither a positive impact nor negative impact.
The way we saw it is that gossip kind of acted as this way in which we knew that other people would be contributing their fair share. They would be doing a good job because we were talking positively about other people. And we also saw it as a way that we would know other group members would recognize our contributions and maybe talk more positively if we did put forth a good effort.
As for me, I'm proud to say I don't gossip at all. The things I say about all my coworkers is absolutely true.
When you're high, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Every summer, it happens. Again and again. A parent steps away for just a minute, but that minute can turn deadly. On a hot day, the temperature inside a parked car can soar by 20 degrees in just 10 minutes. Even with the windows cracked, the heat builds fast, becoming a deadly trap for a child. Children's bodies heat up 3 to 5 times faster than adults. Heat stroke can begin when a child's body reaches 104 degrees. At 107 degrees, it can be fatal. Last year alone, 24 children died in the U.S. from being left in hot cars, each one preventable. Never leave a child in a vehicle, not even for a minute. Look before you lock. This message is brought to you by the Alamogordo Fire Department and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Protect kids, prevent tragedy.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, 20% chance for showers and storms. Partly cloudy tonight, sunny tomorrow, 20% chance for showers and storms. Your high today in the basin, 98. Low tonight of 72. High tomorrow, 100 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today with a 30% chance for showers and storms. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Partly cloudy tonight with a 30% chance of showers and storms. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a 40% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 78. Low tonight of 56. High tomorrow, 80 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, because that's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.